Would you rather fight the Powerpuff Girls every day for a whole year, or fight Batman once a year every 10 years?
Comedian Mike Hammock recaps his experience surviving on Kill Tony.
Who would make a better presidential candidate? A giant douche or a turd sandwich?
If aliens invade Earth, would they be like, Earth go hard, or is this just another conquest? And we're back, episode 79 or 80. I've lost count at this point. Barcast comedy here at Resolute Brewery. Today we're joined with stand-up comedian Mike Hammock.
Hey, happy
Did I
to
say
be
that
here.
right?
Yes,
all right,
like
awesome.
the thing in the yard, Mike Hammock.
Awesome. I was a little worried. I was going to ask, and I forgot to ask you before.
You know, as long as you don't call me Mike Hammond, that's the only thing. My entire life, it's always been Mike Hammond, Mike Hammond. When I got Kill Tony, that was the name they shouted. They're like, Mike Hammond. And I was like, if there was a Mike Hammond here, I'm going to fucking kill him. I'm going to be so upset if there's another.
Oh, that would be such wild waiting there. You're like, I hope.
Yeah, so no, Mike Hammock, you nailed it. Yes. And I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
We'll get into some Kill Tony stuff, but first question I ask everybody in the podcast is, have you ever been in a bar fight?
Have I ever been in a bar fight? I mean, yeah, but it's not like a cool story.
Just a
at
pushing and
all.
shoving?
Yeah, it was like some drunk dude up in Fort Collins when I was in college kept like following the girls we were with around, kept trying to like give them hugs. He was very drunk. He was this weird guy. And so outside, I was smoking a cigarette with one of the girls, and he like keeps coming up to us to talk to us. I'm like, dude, nobody wants you here, all right? Literally, look around. Every single person here wishes you weren't here. Yeah. And then like he shoves me, and I knew the bouncer at this place, and I'm like, just a second, I'm looking over for the bouncer, and then he grabs my finger and like tries to twist it. So I then like turn and push him off, and he kind of falls back a little bit, and then the bouncers were on us in a second.
And they threw him out.
Barely, like barely
Well,
a
that's a
bar.
dub.
It was a bar. We pushed each other.
And that's a win, so you're 1-0.
Yeah, and
Don't
I won
mess with
too.
me.
Yeah.
Would you rather fight the Powerpuff Girls every day for a year straight, or Batman once a year for 10 years?
I feel like I've heard this question before. I'm not that scared of the Powerpuff Girls.
I've seen them mess up that like monkey dude. I don't even know what he's
I mean,
called.
true. There is the scene, I don't know, like when they're really like the tooth is out of their face and there's blood coming down inside their face. I mean, I think I'm much more scared of Batman because even if he doesn't beat you up like physically, he can ruin you financially.
He's going to beat you up those 10 times.
He can get you put on lists that you don't want to be on. He can ruin your flight and your dad's business. He could ruin my parents' small business. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Powerpuff Girls for sure.
No, I'm just thinking the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, it's more times you're fighting, but, you know, at least little girls, I feel like I have a better chance. I know they have superpowers. They're going to kick the shit out of me, but I feel better.
I would be like if I were going to ask that question, just throwing out tips here, I guess, for fucking to shit on you right away. I would say, do you ever watch The Three Ninjas?
The Three Ninjas?
You know what The Three Ninjas is? 80s kids, join me on a trip. The Three Ninjas was this movie, and I think they made 2 or 3 of them, about 3 white kids from like the suburbs of San Francisco whose grandfather, their mom was Asian, although they did not show that at all. And their grandpa was like the Karate Kid guy. He was like the old Japanese dude. And he teaches them all to be ninjas. And then through hijinks, they discover like smuggling is going on down at the docks. And they put on these ninja masks and they got their gis or whatever. And they go fight like adults. And they fuck these adults up.
Just fuck them up.
A lot of crotch kicks. A lot of elbows to the mouth, you know, yeah.
Cheap
and,
shots.
Phenomenal movies. And I would honestly, that's more of like oh man. There's a lot of they kick you in the dick a lot, so maybe Batman over them. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, no, actually, speaking of the 80s or age, I'm 27 years old, but I went to the gas station to buy a lighter today, right before this, and I was buying. He's like, I need to see an ID, and I hand him my ID, and he's like, 1997. He's like, sure, whatever, I'll let it pass. And I was just like, hell yeah, dude.
How old are you? You're 24?
I'm 27.
27.
It was just like, nope, not a chance.
You look like you're about 22.
I agree. I'm buying a lighter, too. Come on.
Yeah, I was a baby face for a long time, too. Your 30s are going to hit you so fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be great for me in the long run. But the one thing I hate right now is at the bars, ladies always come up to me and they're like, how old are you?
Yeah, did your brother bring you here?
Yeah, and then they'll always be like, guess my age. And then I always have to play the Price is Right game of guessing a woman's age but not over-guessing it.
That's a trap.
And then if you guess too low, they're like, no, that's not real, guess for real. And then you're like, fuck, now you have to guess even higher. And it's even lower range. It's a dangerous game every time.
The always answer, my answer to that was always, I'd either go one of two directions. I'd either be like, you look like a really rough 19-year-old, or I'd say like you look like you're aging gracefully for a 37-year-old.
That's a good way to do that. I like that.
Either way, it's a joke, and either way, they're like, ha.
Yeah, I just subtract 10 years from my guess pretty much. That's like right in the money spot I found.
Yeah. Well, what's the age range of women that you?
So I go to dive bars. I don't go clubbing.
Yeah,
so I'm not, it's
you're,
not girls
you're
my
hitting
age.
rough 38-year-olds.
Yeah. I also have a hoodie that says I Heart Hot Moms, Danny Duncan brand. I wore it one time to the bar, never again, man.
Yeah.
It was so awkward. The amount of cougars hitting on me, I was not prepared for this. And my friend's like, what did you expect? It says I Heart Hot Moms.
Your late 20s are a magical time for cougars. I mean, there were some young comics in Denver. This was years ago. I won't say their names because at least one of them is still doing comedy. Yeah. And these two comics were like best friends. And there was this dominatrix who would go to like the late show at the Skylark or something. She would wear like leather like all the way down. Okay. And story goes, she took both of them home and they both lost their virginity at the same time to this like 48-year-old, 50-year-old woman. And yeah.
Good for
so
them.
Yeah. Your 20s, wild times. I'm 38. I just turned 38.
Happy late birthday.
Oh man, yeah. 30s aren't bad. 30s are pretty good. I'm not looking forward to 40s. 40s a little rough.
Your wife's been kidnapped and she's being held captive 30 minutes away. It's a nice warm night and your windows are down. Do you play music on the way? And what song if you are playing music?
Okay. This is a great question. My wife has been kidnapped. She's 30 minutes away. It's a nice warm night. Windows are down. I'm driving to rescue her, right?
Yeah, you're going to rescue her.
I'm not just like going to get cigarettes.
You're going to get some Taco Bell.
I'm not going to meet another cougar, am I?
No, you're going to rescue her.
Listen, my wife's been kidnapped. I've only got this small window to meet other women. There's a rule. If your wife's been kidnapped, you're allowed to hook up with other women.
You made another stop on the way?
It's like different zip codes.
You're like, sorry, I just stopped to get Taco Bell.
It's the zip codes and zip ties rule. No, okay. So I recently told Russell Keller, he's like, what do you listen to when you work out? And I'm like, I listen to classical music. And he looked at me like I'm a crazy person. I've tried listening to like rock, like the music I listened to in college. I've tried listening to like Icelandic Viking music, and I'm like, whatever. And honestly, the thing I like to listen to like classical. I like to listen to some classic music, and then like the modern, like if you listen to like the soundtrack of The Boys or Succession, those shows, they got some like hard hitting, and it's like got some big bass, like the Christopher Nolan movies and shit like that. They've got good soundtracks, so that's what I like to work out to. So if I was going to fight somebody to free my wife, I think I would go with Winter, the Four Seasons. Russell told me that's what Nazis do in movies. And I notice they have a shaved head these days, so I'm like, maybe I got to reevaluate
Before
myself.
every comedy show, you listen to it too?
I mean,
if
I'm driving up, actually, if I'm getting ready for a comedy show, after this, when I go up to do the show, I'm going to listen to the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack.
Scott Pilgrim.
That is my psych up fucking CD. That is it. Yeah. Oh, man, such a good album.
Who do you think would make a better presidential candidate? A giant douche or a turd sandwich? It would have been funny if I just asked you Trump or Kamala.
I mean, that's kind of a silly question. I mean,
giant douche, turd sandwich.
They're all giant douches. They're all turd sandwiches. I really like RFK. I actually just voted voted by mail, Colorado. I voted for Trump just to get RFK in office. I was voting for RFK on like the single issue that he is going to fuck up these pharmaceutical companies and not allow them to go back and forth between the government and the pharmaceutical companies. And then when he's like, he's clearly not even going to win or even get a debate. I thought if he could get into the debate, he would like pop up in the polls a bunch. Couldn't even debate. The DNC fucked him. So
I love every time a hit piece comes up on him.
Yeah.
It's like RFK found bear on the side of the road and took it home to eat. And I'm like, stop. That man's already cool enough.
I
You
know.
don't gotta sell
They're
me
like,
on him even
it's
more.
like, can you believe RFK cut the head off a whale with a chainsaw? It's like, stop. I can only get so erect.
I'm like, you're selling me even more.
Dude, he is so fucking great. And even then they're like, oh, RFK had an affair with a New York Times writer. And then you read the article, it's like nothing physical happened. She felt they had grown too close. And I'm like, how is this news? Yeah. Like, they cannot take this dude down. Yeah. So anyway, I vote for RFK, and by extension, I guess we have to vote for Trump because that's the only way we're going to get RFK.
Which one though would you do though? Giant douche or turd sandwich? The South Park question.
Giant douche, I suppose. Yeah, giant douche. I have kids, so I deal with enough turds.
It's a giant douche too. If it was a giant turd sandwich,
Fair
then
enough.
you'd be talking. But just an average turd sandwich.
Fair enough.
You get $1 million, but you have to spend 24 hours in a casket underground. Like, we'll give you an oxygen tank, but that's it.
Yeah.
And then we'll unbury you after 24 hours. Yeah. Do you accept the money? No phone or anything? You just gotta...
One of my deepest fears is like claustrophobia. I had a nightmare as a kid that like I was in one of those drainage ditches, you know, the big cement ones, and they have those little like side tunnels that go off of them that are like, you know, kid sized, and that I like somehow got into one and it was tilted and I couldn't like get my way out. You ever hear of the guy who died in Nutter Buddy Cave or Nutty Buddy Cave?
Oh, that one rock cave? Yeah.
Yeah, and he died like this. That is my deepest fucking fear.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that.
That is the idea of being like trapped and getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So for $1 million, I would definitely get in the coffin and try. I don't know if I would make it.
You're like, I have to try for that much. How often do you get offered $1 million?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody offers you $1 million, you have to try it. Unless it's Diddy, then you don't.
Then you don't.
Then you don't.
Yeah. No, one of my favorite things is doing those money questions on the show is with comedians is they always accept the money. Yeah. They're like, dude, just give me the money. I'm down.
Give me the money.
I don't even care what the rest is.
But it's crazy too because like if you get $1 million, like even, it's something truly horrible, like fucking Diddy. Like if it's something like truly awful, it's like $1 million just lets you live as a guy who makes $100,000 a year for 10 years. Yeah. Like it's not gonna like if you don't. I mean, maybe you could invest it in shit, but it's not gonna like change your life forever. If you want to live like a dude who makes $500,000 a year, like a successful banker, then you just get 2 years of that, and then you're back to being poor again. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, you got to think about it.
Yeah. All right. Who would you rather spend 7 minutes in heaven with? Jeffrey Dahmer, an alligator, or P. Diddy? So, you know, you're locked in the closet, 7 minutes.
Locked in the closet with an alligator, Jeffrey Dahmer, or P. Diddy.
It's like that high school
What kind of doors are on the closet?
It's just your normal closet doors.
But you say normal closet doors. Is it the folding French screen?
Yeah, the folding French screen, but they're tied from the outside shut by everybody else.
Taking an extension
so you can't
cord
get out
and went around the outside.
You're stuck for 7 minutes.
Wow, I feel like I'm right back in high school.
This brings you back.
I would pick P. Diddy because if somebody's going to fuck me up in there, at least it's going to help my career in some way.
You're like, I'll go P. Diddy.
Plus, he's innocent until proven guilty. You know, what do 847 dildos really say?
You're right.
Other than he is prepared.
I'm with you on that one. Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm not trying to get in plus the gay shit. That's just like a double.
Yeah, also
alligator
he
is
fucked
too
the
close.
boys that he ate.
Yeah, you're too close with the alligator. I feel like it's gonna piss him off.
Alligators really scare me too.
If it was like in like
really
like a room where I could maybe stay on the other side for 7 minutes, then I would do that. But otherwise, I got to go P. Diddy.
Yeah. Would you rather have to spend an entire night in a house? You can close the doors or anything you want with a live rabid tiger. Rabid. So this tiger is out there. You guys spend 24 hours in a house with a tiger that is hunting you. Which, by the way, there's a great movie called Burning Bright that is exactly that plot. Or 12 hours barefoot on the bottom floor of a house with a Roomba covered in knives.
Is the room dark?
The room is you have a blindfold on.
I think I would do the Roomba. I can hear the Roomba. Unless music's playing, then if there's music playing, no, I'd have to go with the tiger.
I just think that's really scary. Like somebody could just come up and cut your Achilles tendon.
I know, but I would just be running. And actually, I don't know. Now that I think about that, yeah, I would jump.
Clearly, a tiger's gonna get you. Yeah, the Roomba, you can just sit on the couch for 12 hours or whatever. But there's somebody always I thought really scared about, just like a Roomba with a knife on it that's just going around the house.
No, I'm going attic and hiding in the attic from the tiger.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could just hide. You could hide in the bathroom from the tiger.
Some closets through the door. I'll fight.
Watch Burning Bright though. That's a great movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. I just watched The Substance. Have you seen that movie?
No, but that just came out, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Let me just show you a clip from it, and we'll just get your reaction. Because I sent to my friends in the group chat, because, like, what the fuck? Hold on. Let me see which one I put it in. I think it's in this group chat. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
Oh, what the
It's a slow burn movie, and I was just like, what the actual fuck is going on?
Oh, man. This takes me back to, like, clearly it's a horror movie.
It's kind of like a thriller. It's not super scary. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Did you ever see The Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what that reminds me of.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere, that thing, and I was like, oh, my God. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of body horror. Like, I like the angels and demons kind of stuff. I like the ghosts. That scares me. Serial killers, I'm like, that's just a dude. Like, it's just a guy. I'm a gun owner. Like, that doesn't scare me very much. Really? You know, ghosts, it's like, oh, you can't get rid of it. It's going to, like, steal your soul. That's scary. Yeah. And then the body horror, it's just like, Yeah, who wants that? Yeah. But did you like it? Did you like The Substance?
The movie was pretty good.
Rate it on an F to A.
I give it a solid B+. B+. About 50% way through the movie, I would give it an F. I was pretty annoyed. But then the end, it moved
half
up. It was
the movie
great.
is an F. And then the other half of the movie is so good it bumps the whole movie up to B+.
It delivered. It's
What
a slow burn.
do you give, like...
It's a slow burn horror movie.
What do you give Oppenheimer?
I haven't seen Oppenheimer.
What do you give Tenet?
I fell asleep during that one.
What do you give Inception?
Inception. I like Inception a lot. That's up there.
Give it an F to an A.
Yeah, I pretty much same thing about.
You give it a B+?
I give it a solid B+. A.
So this is as good as Inception?
No, this is,
your scale is all over the place. It doesn't make any sense.
Let's put Inception on like a 9, and then we'll put this one at like a 7.5. Substance. A little balance.
Okay.
It was good. But yeah.
All right.
I'm into
fair
weird
enough.
movies.
I like weird movies too, but that's pretty.
I also have a problem with going to the movies a lot, and then I buy a ticket to the movie, and then it's not the movie I meant to buy a ticket to. Because so the thing is, I don't like to movie trailers spoil movies. So I watch the first minute of it, and then I'm like, oh, that's good enough. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah.
And then I go to the movie, and I'm like, wait, this isn't the movie I thought it was. I've done that twice now.
Wait, but you went into the movie and you're like, oh, I thought this was a horror movie. This is a romantic comedy. Or you actually go to the wrong horror movie.
It was. So I wanted to see, there were 2 horror movies. I wanted to see The Watchers and The Strangers. I went to The Strangers thinking I was going to see The Watchers.
Yeah.
And then I saw the movie Don't Blink.
Yeah.
I saw that one. And what movie was it I was trying to see? Hear No, Speak No Evil? I thought it was that one. And I saw Don't Blink. Wrong movie again.
All these horror movies now are like Smile, Talk to Me, See No Evil, Hear No Evil. It's a lot of sensory things. Don't Blink. Don't Blink is the one where the girls go to the billionaire's island, right? I haven't seen that yet, but I saw the trailer for it. And I turned it off before the end.
Exactly, that's what I did. And then I was
The problem is trailers don't end anymore. You ever see something, the trailer on Netflix? Yeah. It's like a short film. They just literally give away the entire thing all the way up to gosh, I wonder who the gaffer is going to be.
Now you understand my problem. That's why I just turn it off. And then I'm like, yep. Or I watch a movie and I'm like, that movie sucked. And my parents are like, why did we watch it? I'm like, I'm sorry. The first 30 seconds of the trailer looked good. Yeah.
Watchers, M. Night Shyamalan, I love the premises he sets up. He just needs to be a writer. Somebody else needs to make his movies for him.
Yeah, they just need a close.
Yeah.
He needs a closer.
The Watchers had a great kind of interesting, cool premise with the Fae and the people locked in there and all that. But then it's M. Night Shyamalan making it, so it's just dog shit. It's always
then you always figure out the twist by the time.
Yes.
Quarter of the way in. This question's called the 6, 12, 18, 24 challenge. So you have to do all these in a day. One of them 6 times, one 12 times, one 18, one 24. Okay. So you got to paper cut yourself, drink beers, eat donuts, and miles ran. 6, 12, 18, 24.
Paper cut 6.
I agree. I'm like, I'm a bitch.
Paper run. 8 run.
8 miles run. Okay.
12.
Or no, 6, 12, 18, 24.
6, 12, 18, 24. Yeah, 6, 12 run. I run about 2 miles a day every day anyway. Yeah. So I used to run cross country in high school. So that would suck, but I could do it.
How many beers and donuts?
18 beers and 24 donuts. We actually shout out to Boozy Donuts down in the Springs. What the fuck is the name of it? My wife is going to murder me for not knowing this. It's an alcoholic donut shop in the Springs.
Hell yeah.
Man,
that's my kind of place.
We go every Saturday. We walk there with the kids, and you can get regular donuts, non-alcoholic donuts.
Oh wait, the alcohol's in the donuts?
Yeah, they mix it into the frosting.
Oh, I thought you were getting a beer in a donut.
No,
that's actually, even better.
It's like a vanilla donut with a rosé based.
Oh, so you're just
red frosting
donuts?
So you'd have to eat. I think you probably have to eat about 10 to get the equivalent of 1 drink.
Yeah.
But they're pretty good. So they do them for weddings and shit like that. Happy hour donuts. Go check them out in the Springs. They're amazing.
Dude, I'm gonna take a girl on a date there one of these times. That's genius.
And then 24 donuts. Yeah, 24 donuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Now for me, I was doing 6 paper cuts. Agree on that. 12 donuts, because that's a lot of donuts to eat in a day. and then 18 beers and 24 miles.
You understand?
The miles, that's a mile an hour. I can walk. How long does it take to walk a mile? Like, what, 15, 20 minutes?
It takes, the average person walks 3 miles an hour, but at the same time, dude, you ever been to Vegas? You ever walked the strip?
Oh, yeah.
The chafing.
I know.
The chafing is uncontrollable.
Ooh, you're right.
If you're not used to it, you 24 miles
All right,
in
I'll
a
go
day.
18 miles,
you would
24
shit
beers.
yourself.
18
yeah.
miles, 24 beers.
Even then, dude, if you don't do it a lot, do you run?
I play in a beer league dodgeball and a beer league kickball.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That pretty much counts.
A beer league kickball. So you mean running from like the 30 feet from one base twice every 2 hours?
While I hold a beer.
Yeah, that doesn't count. I'm sorry. I'm really critical of people. I take Jason Alexander and I keep teasing him about how he's so fat. Yeah. I'm kidding because I don't want him to die early. Because the dude, we show up to breakfast. Like we're going to like a diner to get some food, like breakfast, lunch. Homie shows up with a gigantic sugar coffee, like huge, from Dutch Bros. This massive fucking sugar coffee. Then he gets like chicken fried steak and some pancakes to go with it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Hell yeah. Last time he was on, he taught me how to get free Dutch Bros. He says if you're sad, they'll give you a free drink.
Sounds like Jason. You got to stop eating so much fucking sugar, people. You're going to die. This is why I'm voting for RFK.
Let's talk some Kill Tony here. Since you were just on Kill Tony, that's pretty epic. So what was that experience like? Just the whole thing? Because don't you have to like stay to like a separate bar?
Yeah, it was wild. So I went down there. Good buddy of mine, or not good buddy, guy we used to hang out with, very good dude, Nikolai Roscoe, who's a comic from Denver, lives down there now.
Okay, that was the Sam Talent episode too, right?
Yes, that was the same talent. So Luke Stam, great Colorado Springs comic, moved down there. So I knew a couple of guys. I hit him up. I'm like, hey, can you get me on some shows? Can I come hang out? It's my birthday. I want to get away from the kids for a couple of days.
That's a great birthday weekend.
Yeah, so I went out on a Saturday and I stayed till a Tuesday. And the whole goal was do a couple of shows, sign up for Kill Tony. So I went over, I did some shows the first night. Second night I went over to the Creek in the Cave, just hung out, and I put my name in the bucket for Banana Phone, which is a great show, and then the open mic. I got both of them.
Oh,
so I was like,
both.
oh shit, man.
Oh
like,
yeah, should have bought a lottery
I was
ticket
like, yeah,
while
the
you're
luck
at
is
it.
running. The luck is running. And then the next night I went over and I signed up for the Mothership open mic, and about 150, 200 people signed up for that. I got that. Yeah. So then I'm like, shit. So I run over to Kill Tony, and Kill Tony is 300 people. It's a line of people around out the door. But if you're new, they put you in if it's the first time you've ever signed up, it's a different line because you need to do paperwork. Yeah. So I'm talking to the comics. They're like, yeah, somebody from the new person line always gets it. I feel like it's kind of rigged for you guys. I'm like, whatever. While I'm signing up, Luke runs over. He's like, dude, you didn't check in for the open mic. You got to check in for the open mic. I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't realize. So I run back across the street, and the dude is like, I'm sorry, it's 2 minutes late. We've taken you off the list. Somebody else has got your spot now. So I'm begging him. I'm like, please, 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 please. And the guy, he felt bad. I think his name was Jay. He's the door guy over there. And he's just like, I'm sorry, man, but like, I can't help you. So I felt so bad. I'd like blown this huge opportunity to do the Mothership, like one of the best clubs in the world. Yeah, so I go back across the street to Poor Choices, which is the bar you sign up, get in line. I tell some of the comics I know I've met. They're like, dude, that fucking sucks. Like, so sorry. And I sign up, and I'm just chain smoking and drinking myself to death. Luke doesn't drink anymore, so he's just sitting there consoling me. And it's 3 hours. You have to wait. It's 3 hours. There are 300 comics chain smoking and drinking and just like sitting around.
To be able to have that many people?
I mean, it's like the size of like a moderate brewery. It's not huge. So literally, it is packed out wall to wall, and then outside on the sidewalk, there's 150 people just standing around. People bring lawn chairs. People pull their cars up and are like sitting in their cars watching TV. So I'm just sitting there just to spawn, because the odds of getting this are like zero, because 6 out of 300 people. And I'm the fourth name called. Yeah. And the way they do it is wild. 2 producers run out across the street from behind the Mothership. They shout your name, and you've got 10 seconds to get to them. And then they check your wristband to make sure you are who you say you are, and then they run you back across the street. So they shout out Mike Hammond. Is there a Mike Hammond? And I'm like, motherfucker, if there's a Mike Hammond here, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker. So I run over. I'm like, Mike Hammock, and he checks. He's like, yeah, this is you. Let's go. So I'm like panicking, and they run me across the street through traffic, back over there, and then there's a cop waiting. He takes my watch, ring, everything out of your pockets. Everything goes. He wands you down, and they let you inside up the back stairs. And then the producer is waiting there right behind the curtain. Heidi, the drink girl, is there. And whoever the next comic is kind of waiting to go up is over there. And I'm just sitting there, and he's like, all right, don't touch the comics. Don't approach the comics. When you touch the red X, you get 1 minute. Don't fuck up. And then I'm like, okay. And then you just stand there and you vibrate for 15 seconds. And you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then as they say your name, your Tony say your name, and he just pushes you on the back. And then you go the minute. And it went good. It went cool. It was weird that it was Sam Talent because he makes this joke at the end after my set. He's like, yeah, Mike hit me up for shows. I left him on red. I did hit you up for shows, Sam Talent.
That's funny. Yeah, Reddit loved you. They loved your bit, but Reddit was also mad because Reddit's grumpy. They're like, Sam Talent's on. They're like, Sam had to put him on.
No, that's why somebody sent me some of those comments. I didn't follow the Kill Tony subreddit until then. I wanted to see. The sad part is, besides that, nobody mentioned me at all. Yeah. My interview was so boring. I was so nervous, and I was just like didn't know what to do. Yeah, I had seen that Sam was in town when I got on Instagram, got to my Airbnb, and I was like, oh, Sam's here. Shit. Maybe he can get me on shows. Like, we're not friends, but like we've known each other for a long time. We're nice to each other. And he never responded. I'm like, he's busy. He's got things. Like, he's got 100,000. He's got shit to do. Yeah, maybe, whatever. And then as I'm leaving, because they put me up in the other room because I wasn't going to be there for Secret Show, so they let me go do the other room. I hear Sam go, yeah, I left Mike on red. I'm glad he got funny, or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, so he did see it. Sam just doesn't like me, and that's a shitty way to find out somebody you look up to doesn't like you.
That's why, yeah, Sam's like my white whale. I'd love to get him on the show.
Oh my God, dude. Sam's incredible.
I'm like, he would be crazy.
It's weird to look up to somebody who I'm pretty sure is a year younger than me, but my God, Sam Talent is a treasure.
Yeah, it's like watching sports. You see these kids are like 21 years old. And you're like, God damn.
That's what fucking sucks about hitting your 30s, dude, is celebrities are younger than you, and then suddenly your doctor's younger than you, and you're like, what the?
Jimmy, celebrities already are younger than me. Look at the Rizzler.
The guy who did my...
the Costco guys?
The guy who did my snip, who did my, not circumcision, what's the word I'm looking for? My vasectomy. The doctor who did it gave me a fist bump, and I was like, I hate this. This is terrible.
What a weird way, yeah.
He's younger than me. It's awful. Never age.
It's like, there you go, chap. Slaps you on the ass on the way out.
Dude, he really did. Like, by the end, he fucked it up so bad. He took so long down there. It hurt so bad. By the end, he's just like, I gotta get out of here. See ya. And
sorry, guys, I gotta finish this.
Anyway, so yeah, Kill Tony was great. I should have bought a lotto ticket because I got every show I signed up for.
I saw on Twitter that Colorado is in the acceptable nuclear sponge area of a hypothetical attack that the U.S. is willing to let up.
Yeah, they got to say that. That's not true.
What would you do in your last 30 minutes before the nuke hits us here in Colorado?
Just hang out with my kids, but that's not true because the presidential bunker is under DIA, and NORAD is here as well. And while NORAD is designed, I've been inside NORAD. It was one of the only classes you got to go in like 6th grade, and then 9/11 happened, and they had to stop giving tours. But they told us, they're like, yeah, if somebody hit us with a nuclear bomb, this place is just going to like collapse. So like if something hits the springs, we'll be okay. So you've got NORAD, where they launch all the bombs from. Then you've got DIA, which definitely has the presidential bunker underneath. Yeah. You've heard about that? Like,
I didn't know the presidential bunker is what's underneath there.
Largest concrete pour in human history. It took like 2 extra years to build it for no reason. There's a bunch of trains underneath it for no reason whatsoever, and they built it 10 miles outside of the city. Doesn't make any sense. Presidential bunker's there.
I used to have a risk management professor in college who got banned from the airport because he kept trying to sneak under the airport. And he was like, I found a bunch of tunnels with a bunch of couches and stuff. Yeah. And he's like, and then I got arrested.
It's definitely something. And so actually, fun fact, we have around 24 anti-nuclear missiles. Yeah. They have a fail rate of 50%. So they even know that if they fire 24 of these, only 12 of them are going to stop missiles. We're probably going to get somewhere in the realm of like 600 to 1,000 nuclear missiles fired at us from the Russians or something like that. So you can really pick one state to defend. However, you would think Washington, D.C., they're not going to defend Washington, D.C. The president's already going to be in Colorado. He's already going to be here.
That makes sense. You're going to defend
Colorado. You think we're that close to nuclear war? It's not going to be a surprise. Colorado is going to be the only state that survives.
I agree. I like your take better. Yeah. I support it.
It's been the entire time,
I'm chilling.
Yeah, hanging out.
Okay, like I probably got a comedy show that night I'll still have to get to. Yeah, I was just going to be like, I'm just going to crack a beer because like I'm not going to drive anywhere if I have 30 minutes, you know? Yeah. I'm going to get stuck in traffic. I'm like, I'll just take a Coors Light, whatever's in my house.
Those people in Hawaii when they got the fake missile attack text, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
This was like 5 years ago or something like that. everyone in the state of Hawaii got the same text message: ballistic missiles headed for Hawaii. This is not a drill. Seek shelter. And I read all of these stories about, like, I got the text message. I'm at work. My wife is at home. My 3-year-old is at preschool, and my 7-year-old is at another school. I've got time to drive to one of them. And he's like, and I picked my 7-year-old because my 3-year-old wouldn't know what's going on and didn't know how to be scared. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's a real trolley problem right there.
That's like, I was like, oh my God, you hear this? And now I'm just like, if it happens, like, Jesus, the last thing you want to be is a survivor.
Yeah, like, goddamn, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
If aliens invade Earth tomorrow, would they be like Earth go hard, or is this just another conquest for them?
I don't know what the first sentence means. What
like
does
Earth go hard? Like, you know, we start fighting back, and they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, Earth's not going to be
We punch
conquered
them
by
back,
fucking...
and they're like, shit.
Earth's not going to be conquered by fucking anybody, dude. Every single comic book, every single book we've ever written, every single movie, every single radio drama is just humans fucking up aliens. It's so much a part of our DNA. Literally killing and expelling foreigners is what humans do. It's like we're the best at it.
Yeah, it's like, have you seen the movie Three Body Problem?
Yes,
Netflix
yes,
thing?
yeah,
And the
yeah,
aliens
yeah.
don't know how to lie, and they're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, we would fuck up anybody who came to this planet. I mean, or what we'd honestly do is we'd just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Please take everything. We'd either just give it up or we would just fuck them up. Yeah.
I forgot what I was listening to. I was listening to some podcast. They were talking about aliens, and they're like, dude, aliens would be scared of us because, like, half of us would just be trying to fuck the aliens weird.
Yeah.
And the other half would be trying to kill them.
They'd have to give up a lot of sex slaves.
They would be like, what the hell is
Did
going
you
on
ever,
this planet?
Did you ever read any Ray Bradbury?
I have not.
Ray Bradbury is a great sci-fi author, and he actually has a story about the Martians invade Earth.
Yeah.
And they get there and they think they're going to go through a big war. They've seen the Earth culture, like they've seen the Earth movies. And then it turns out the Earthlings are like, oh no, you're welcome here. Please, we surrender. Come on down. And then it's just like American culture kills all of the aliens. They can't keep up drinking. They don't know how to handle drugs. They all get into car accidents. They all become addicted to opioids. Yeah, and like just the culture itself murders the aliens, and that's how we win.
It's like District 9. There's just like a bunch of homeless
Kind
kids.
of, yeah. That's probably what actually would happen is we'd be like, come to Disney World. Have you ever tried cocaine?
You want cocaine?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I could see that. I bet. You get $100 million, but you have to drive for 12 hours every day for the rest of your life. Do you take the money?
Fuck, dude, yes, I would take that. Are you kidding me? We just got self-driving cars.
Oh, you're right.
We just hang out in a Tesla for 12 hours. I mean,
You're
it
just
would
going to drive
suck.
around the neighborhood, or are you taking it like somewhere and back?
No. I would live my life. And then 12 hours a day is a long time. I would set up a bed in the back, and I would just sleep in the car and let it drive around.
Maybe you get like a really nice RV.
Yeah. I mean,
And you can bring the family with you,
listen,
too.
The self-driving car is going to change comedy so much.
Yeah.
Realize how easy this gig is going to be to do road gigs. You don't have to actually drive. You can sit and sleep in the back of your car
you can
for 12
relax,
hours.
yeah, and then you just show up.
Dude, listen, a self-driving car, self-driving bus, self-driving RV, that is the fucking future. Yeah. So, yeah, I would take that self-driving Tesla
take that easy.
with my $100 million.
What's your favorite video on the internet? All time, like every time you're scrolling, you see it, you got to stop and watch.
Oh, man. I feel like I just had the answer to that, and now I can't think of it.
Yeah.
My favorite video on the internet.
Like for me, I saw one the other day again of Trump giving candy at the White House to the minion,
And he puts it on the kid's head.
instead.
That's pretty funny.
And I'm like, God damn it!
I don't know, man. I know there's something. There's like sketches that when I see them, I think, oh, I haven't seen this one in forever, but now I can't think of it off the top of my head.
All right, what's your hometown scandal or like high school story?
Oh, my high school scandal? Oh, man. The Classical Academy, TCA. Wow, which one to go with? Let's go with Mr. Priest. Mr. Priest was our English teacher in high school. And Mr. Priest dressed every day like it was the Renaissance Festival. Yeah. He had long flowing hair. He would wear like a leather vest with a flowing white shirt, buckskin deer boots, like very like the dude dressed like it was Renaissance Festival day. Over the course of several months, it came out that he was nailing 3 of the senior girls.
Oh.
He was just banging away at 3 separate ones. And story goes, one of the girls' little sisters, who was in my grade, I think we were like sophomores at the time, her parents knew something was going on with her sister, but they didn't know what. And so they had her hide in the trunk of her sister's car And I'm like, when you get to wherever you're going, I want you to look out and call us, and we're going to come get you and see where she goes. Because this was before you could like track someone's cell phone and everything.
I got you.
And so she is in the trunk of her sister's car, and she picks up Mr. Priest, who I believe is still in jail. Maybe you're out. Hi, Mr. Priest. And they fucked in the back seat of the car while she was in the trunk. And she just had to sit there and listen to that. And then the sister drove home, and her parents like, where were you? She's like, I can't. And that's how it broke.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
That's
that was the big scandal at the time. I think I must have been a sophomore or a junior.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he went to jail for like 15. He went to jail for a long time.
Yeah. What a way to get caught.
I think I don't. Yeah.
No, we're going. We don't fact check on this.
Yeah,
show.
we're not
That's
fact checking
committed.
that.
It would ruin the fun. We don't do that here. All right, let's go to our last question here before the Capri Sun race. It's going to be a blind ranking white people phrases. Do you know how blind rankings work?
Blind? No, I don't.
So I'm going to give you for a white person phrase, and you're going to rank it 1 through 5. And once you rank it somewhere, it's locked in at that spot. 1 the best, 5 the worst.
Okay.
So you only get them 1 at a time, so you got to save room.
Okay, so I obviously you can't go 1, the first one, or 5, the
And then
first
you're
one.
screwed, yeah.
Yeah, this is why going first in contests always suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a blind ranking. All right, go.
So first white person phrase, take a chill pill.
That is the most 3. I mean, I know it's the first one, but that is the most 3 white person sentence ever.
Right in the middle.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah, all right. How do you like them apples?
Oh, that's 2.
2, that's a good one.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah. All right, next one. Jesus H. Christ.
4.
4. Not a fan of the middle name.
No, 5. Yeah, 5.
All right, and next one. News flash, buddy. You got 1 and 4 left.
Oh, I gotta go with 1. I love that phrase so much. Newsflash, buddy. Oh, what's the last one?
And last one. Picks up the phone. Yellow.
Oh yeah, 4. I nailed it. That's the perfect rank.
That's
up.
my ideal list right there.
Honestly, my favorite white person phrase is looking at a line of people that got there right after me and going, boy, we got here at the right time.
I use that one too a lot.
I say that all the time. That's my favorite white person
That's a
phrase.
good one. All right, how fast do you think you could drink a Capri Sun?
Oh, I'm not going to drink a Capri Sun.
No?
Listen, I just gave the whole thing on stop drinking all this fucking sugar. It's poison. I'm not
There's
drinking
0
a Capri
sugar
Sun.
ones.
Yeah, that's even worse for you. Are you fucking? What do you
All
think
right.
they sweeten it with? It's
right, well, that's
goddamn
fine.
poison. Please listen. You have to listen to me. And you can just cut it off right
No,
there.
that's fine. We're playing this. I've been waiting for this to happen. Somebody to decline the subject.
Yeah, I'm not drinking a fucking Capri Sun.
Which means I'm going to break the record for fastest time to drink 2 Capri Suns today.
Look at this guy. You drink them both. You double fist
we
them.
got a leaderboard for 1 Capri Sun.
Are they both going in your mouth?
I'm going to do 1 at a time,
Oh, okay.
we'll
We're not
time
going
the
to
whole
do.
thing.
We're not doing this Diddy style.
Yeah, no, not Diddy style. You can time me. I always forget the time, so this works perfect.
Are we also counting? Like, do you have to get the straw out? And
Yeah,
put
it counts
in?
time putting the straw
All right,
on.
ready?
I'm taking the straw off. Hold on.
Okay, take it off. Take it off.
I'm going to take it off this one, too. All right. I'm ready.
Ready? Set. Go. Excellent fisting motion. This is a man who has jerked it multiple times. Oh, man. Poor quality sucking. I would not. Jesus. These poor women. Oh, my gosh. He's putting so much pressure there. Oh, my God. Oh, now he doesn't know which way's up and down. All right, slightly better technique. He's really working the tip. There it is. Fingers at the base.
Time.
34 seconds.
Hell yeah.
34 seconds for 2.
That's pretty good. I
That's pretty
averaged 18
gross.
seconds at Capri Sun, so
That's pretty gross.
That was pretty good. That was pretty impressive.
I mean, I know I'm going to go smoke a cigarette after this, but it's pretty gross.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Yeah, here, you can see our leaderboard real quick since we do have one.
Oh, how fast did these fat fucks do it?
There's our leaderboard.
Of course, Chris is number 1. Chris Wellman, dirty boy.
Actually, the funny part, too, is Russell Keller. He might have broke the time, but the GoPro didn't work that episode, like I told you.
Wait, Russell Keller is the best sucker in the industry?
He might be. Unofficially, the GoPro didn't work, so I don't have the time, but he was in that 8 to 9 second range. So we have a conspiracy now, basically, on who's the champion.
You've made me very happy. You've made me a very happy
Yeah, you let
man
him know
today.
he's a great sucker.
You're a great sucker, Russell. Lydia's a lucky woman.
But yeah, that's all for this episode of the podcast. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. We're giving away a toaster at 10K subscribers, baby. Anything you want to shout out, Mike?
I will be headlining Loonies the 15th and 16th of November, and I will be headlining Comedy Works Downtown the 17th. So hell of a weekend for me.
Hell yeah. Subscribe. Doo-doo-doo.